What can we expect from the United States Pluto return of 2022? Like all the planets which are too far away to be seen with the naked eye, they influence us mainly at a subconscious level. In astrology, Pluto is regarded as the planet of transformation, renewal, and rebirth. However, in a negative light, Pluto promotes an obsessive desire for power, control, and general destructiveness. It takes 248 years for Pluto to complete a full orbit around the Sun. Consequently, when viewing the birth chart of the American Republic of July the 4th, 1776, we find Pluto at 27.33 degrees of Capricorn. Capricorn in mundane astrology represents heads of state, government, and national prestige. A full solar return of this planet to its July the 4th, 1776 position will take place on the 20th of February, 2022. However, the initial orb began its influence 6 degrees away at 21.33 degrees of Capricorn. This took place in January 2019 and will reach its climax at full potential a year from now. Because Pluto is the furthest and slowest moving planet within our solar system, it is one which influences us on a generational level. For example, Barack Obama was the first president born with Pluto in Virgo, and unlike his predecessors, whose Pluto was in Leo or Cancer, this generation of Virgo leaders appear to be more like managers rather than traditional leaders. The Pluto in Leo generation, a sign ruled by the Sun, were naturally more extrovert, influenced heavily by their strong wills and egos. Trump and Biden are both of that generation, whereas the generation of Pluto in Cancer, ruled by the Moon, were slightly more introvert, a sign synonymous with the home and security. These leaders, like George Bush Sr. and Margaret Thatcher, were more security conscious, with a greater nationalistic disposition than those who followed. Those born between 1971 and 1984 had Pluto in Libra. This is the sign of balance, diplomacy, and fairness. Those coming forward to take the reins of power over the next few decades should be naturally gifted, subconsciously, towards fairness, justice, and an overall disposition of liberalism. Pluto entered Capricorn in 2008, when cracks began to appear in the old structures of governance and finance. As this generation matures, they will be far more conservative, pessimistic, and serious than those born with Pluto in the previous optimistic sign of Sagittarius. Pluto also represents some of the worst and destructive aspects of old antiquated systems which try to hold on to power. These destructive characteristics can manifest through the abuse of power, culminating in imprisonments, illness, and even death. With all this in mind, Pluto has the ability to stir up the stagnant filth encrusted in layers of sediment within the political and financial swamp. As a new light penetrates the cracks within aging systems, Pluto's transforming qualities will initiate a rebirth in line with new expectations and aspirations of those steering humanity towards the future. For those willing to embrace the changes offered, this could be seen as a time of great adjustment. However, those who rigidly try to uphold antiquated and unjust systems of the past may become frustrated and extremely disappointed. Laws are often the extension of the will of tyrannical governments, and when these laws turn most citizens into lawbreakers, it is time to stir up the stagnant filth infesting these dark and deep layers at the very bottom of the swamp. At the beginning of 2024, Pluto moves into Aquarius, a sign in mundane astrology concerning local government and lower houses of parliament, eventually moving out of its 6-degree influential orb by the spring of 2025, where we should see its destructive potential slowly fading away. While this Pluto return takes place, it coincides with the revolutionary return of Uranus, which takes 84 years to complete a full solar orbit around the Sun. Each 84-year revolution coincides with a great deal of rebellious energy, breaking the bonds of tradition, progressing humanity towards a new cycle.